And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these side by side. Okay, so this is the full question here because it went over 2 pages. So if you want to pause the video now, have a go. Okay, this is a cumulative frequency and box plot question, so it's a grade B question, and so we can see if we got this correct, then we'll be getting quite close to an A grade, as long as we got 100% so far. Okay, so it says use the graph to find an estimate for the median weight. So what I'm going to do is get my straight line, and to find the median, well, first of all we need to know how many tomatoes there were. It says 60 in total. Don't always rely on what this goes up to if it's incomplete, because there could be bits missing at the top, but there's not on this one. And you get the 60 and you halve the 60 to find the median, which is 30, but 30 is not the median. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in on this so that we get a bit more room. And what you have to do is draw a line across from 30 until you hit the line, until you hit the cumulative frequency line, and then draw a line down. We can see that is 170 if the line's not perfectly drawn straight, but it's 170. And so when I go back, I'm going to write in 170. Okay, and you've got that, and I can probably draw a better line. Let's see if I can do this better. That's a straight line, across and down. There we are, that's better. So 170. Okay, it says the 60 tomatoes from group A had a minimum weight of that and a maximum weight of that. Use this information to and the cumulative frequency graph to draw a box plot. So for a box plot you need 5 things. You need the minimum weight, you need the lower quartile, you need the median, you need the upper quartile, and you need the maximum weight. So we've got 2 of those things already, so let's plot those on. So if that's 150 there, and it's very difficult to see this, then 153 would be there, roughly. Okay, so each one of these squares is worth 1 on this, but always check. 186, now let's have a look, that's 180, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be there. It's very difficult to get this precise, but it's easier with pen and paper. Okay, now we've worked out the median is 170, so 170 would be, I think, this line here. So that's 170. Now we don't have a lower quartile and upper quartile, so we need to go back to the graph to find out what those are. To find the lower quartile, well, we went across from 30 to find the median, so we go across from 15, so we do half of 30, which is 15, and we do a line across and down. And we can see that that is 165, so we want a line from 165, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it would be there. Very precise here. Try to get it perfect, okay. And they're not all the same heights, but it doesn't matter too much if you're a bit off. Okay, and we need the upper quartile. So the 15 there and the 30, we add them together to find 3/4 of the way of 60, or you just find 3/4 of 60. So 30 plus 15 is 45. So we need to find 45, which is there, and we do a line across. Didn't quite get there, but do and down, and it's 175, I think. Try and get it perfect, but I'm not going to get it perfect. Let's just undo those if I can. And no, there we are, 175. So I need to mark that onto the box plot. So 71, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's about there. Okay, it's not fully drawn yet because we need to join these up at the top, and we need to join these up to the whiskers. and that will be what the finished box plot will look like. So it's 153 for the minimum, 165 for the lower quartile, 170 for the median, 175 for the upper quartile, and 186 for the maximum point. And we'll see in a second whether those are correct points, but I'm pretty sure they'll be the same as the mark scheme. We could probably just tidy that up a bit, but okay, it says Harry did not give fertilizer to the tomato plant in Group B, and he weighed the 60 tomatoes from Group B. Compare the distribution of the weights from Group A, the distribution from Group B. Now there's always two things that you're comparing on these. You're always comparing medians and ranges. So that's what you need to compare with this. It's either going to be 2 or 4 marks for this. I think they've moved a little bit towards awarding 2 marks rather than what they used to give was 4 marks. So let's create a little text box here and let's write the answer in. So first thing I'm going to compare is the medians. So you can mention values here, or I think because it's only 2 marks you don't necessarily need to. So you just need a statement like the median in Group A is bigger than the median in Group B. If you look at it, median Group A is 170, but in Group B it's 162. And if you want to, you can actually write down those numbers in your answer. The next thing we need to compare is a range. Now, the range is either between the largest and the smallest, or we can do the interquartile range, which is the width of the box here and here. Now, I'm just going to do the range because it's easier. So, the range is smaller for Group B than for Group A. Let's have a look, and you can see that the width of the overall box plot, the width of it is smaller. The width of it is smaller in Group B than in Group A, and you can do the sums for it, but just by looking at it you can see that it's smaller in Group B. It's not massively smaller, but it is definitely smaller, and that's enough to get you the marks. Let's have a look at the mark scheme. Okay, and you can see that the median is 170 for A. That's the box plot there. It's not a great diagram, but you can see that it should be at these values here, and there we are. And so it wants all 3 of these things, that the whiskers are at these 2 points, these 2 points here, that the box starts at 165 and ends at 175, and the median is 170. If you got the median wrong in the last question, it sort of lets you get away with it, as long as it's somewhere between 165 and 175. And the 2 correct comparisons between the range and the median, I did it the other way around, but it doesn't matter which order you do them, will give you the final marks there. Okay.